County Connection. I'm Jason Gray, and I'm sitting down today with Chris Prager from the Campbell County Fire Department. And it's October, and that means Fire Prevention Month, right?
That is correct. October is actively known as Fire Prevention Month. There's a lot of information that circulates around this time, but it's really big home fire prevention and really just public education. The biggest thing for us at the fire department that people should know, especially for the home, is things like smoke alarms, carbon monoxide alarms, fire extinguishers, and how to get your kids involved with make sure that they kind of understand. There's a whole lot of information out there on these things. Places like nfpa.org and sparky.org. Sparky's the mascot. He's the Dalmatian that dresses up like a firefighter. But there are games, there are videos, and lots of little things. And so my hope today is just to talk a little bit about what people should do for smoke alarms and carbon monoxide and such like that.
Sure.
So smoke alarms are extremely important in a home. They say that they should be on each level, one in each sleeping area, and then outside of a sleeping area is recommended. So if you have like a upstairs and a downstairs, you have 3 bedrooms upstairs, you'd have 3 smoke alarms, 1 for each bedroom.
Okay.
1 for the hallway, and then say your basement is open and it's just used for laundry, utilities and such like that, it's unfinished, you just need 1 in the basement. Stuff like that. Carbon monoxide is recommended to be 1 on each level for if you have gas appliances or any type of gas utilities in the house or an attached garage, just based on vehicles and exhaust and such like that. And then as far as extinguishers go, 1 on each floor or near each exit would be great. The goal for a fire extinguisher is if you're on your way out during an emergency, is being able to grab it if needed, if you feel you can handle the situation, but you're not running to the middle of a house to grab it.
Ah, okay.
So, yeah. So the biggest thing is just trying to really make sure people are taking that seriously. Home fires are a large problem throughout the United States. And statistically, like cooking is one of the largest, electrical heating coming up to these cold months.
Sure.
Stuff like that. So maintaining your smoke alarms. And just really working to make sure you're up and up on it.
Sure. And you have to maintain fire extinguishers as well. You need to check those every so often, or?
Yeah, so the biggest thing would be like if you have a fire extinguisher, follow manufacturer specifications for your annual maintenance or what they should be doing. Some of them are good just to call like a third-party service and have them come and service your extinguishers depending on the type and what the manufacturer calls for. And the same would go for things like your smoke alarm you have to maintain. So everybody has heard the beep of a smoke alarm, and that's time to change your batteries. Sometimes it's better to change it sooner rather than later. Maybe change your 9 volts at the time change.
Sure.
That would work for a lot of people, and that you're not going to have to listen to the beeping at 2 a.m. when it goes off, because it's always inconvenient, and at the worst possible time. Same thing with your carbon monoxide alarms. Changing those every 6-8 months is a good idea. Or you can forego the 9-volt batteries and go with the 10-year lithium battery smoke alarms and carbon monoxide alarms.
Oh,
so there are no 9 volts, and they last anywhere from 6 to 10 years. So not only are you saving money, but it's less maintenance you have to do for your home, and it's safety for your family.
Sure. All right.
Yeah. So definitely the biggest thing is we want everyone to be able to, get out there and educate themselves on those like nfpa.org and sparky.org. Get their family involved. Really make sure you're doing your fire drills. Emergencies happen whenever, and you really can't predict them, unfortunately. But prevention can stop stuff like that from happening, and you can't count how many things you've prevented.
True.
And so you never know, but that's okay. If you don't happen to deal with it, that's the plus.
That's the ideal, is not having any fires to need to deal with.
Exactly, and it's overall preventing those things. It prevents things like insurance and having to deal with insurance and potential loss and things like that. Fire is detrimental, and the biggest thing is it's not just fire that's detrimental. It's smoke, water damage from trying to put out the fire. It's your damaged chairs, your sofas, your recliners, your your electronics, things like that can be damaged, not necessarily from heat, but smoke too. Smoke sticks to everything, and that's the hardest part. Soot does from smoke, and so you get that soot buildup, and it's blackened. It doesn't smell great. And again, this is where the education comes in. So for parents and such like that, it's a lot of what you buy in your home also contributes to it. How much furniture do you have? You have an open layout of your house. An open layout is a little more susceptible to spreading a fire because it has all the oxygen it wants and it can spread where it needs to.
Sure.
And so the biggest thing to remember is you need three things for a fire. It's the fire triangle. You need fuel, you need heat, and you need oxygen.
Yep.
We have all of those in our houses. And preventing things like that, coming into these cold months with heaters, space
Sure.
heaters, things like that, maintaining your distances from anything that can burn. A lot of it is preventable just reading through manufacturer specifications and things like that.
All right. Well, is there anything else for Fire Prevention Month?
Not right now. I really do encourage people to get out and look at all of the resources and really educate yourself and your family on safety, the safety aspects, and paying attention to prevention and what you need to do to keep your home safe.
All right. Well, thank you very much for coming today.
Thank you so much for having me.